Good morning, everyone. I am Ray Bernard Malata for the continuation of the topic K to 12 ICT pedagogy um, integration for science learning plan. So we are now in the categories for information, communication, and technology, or ICT, and teachers training. So the integration of ICT and education is widely recognized as a catalyst for transforming classroom instruction, enhancing teaching strategies, and supporting student learning. So, research has shown that the use of ICT can develop higher order thinking skills or HOTS, promote collaboration, and foster more engaging learning environment, which is stated by Harvard 2003. For ICT integration to be successful, teacher must undergo appropriate training that equips them with necessary skills and pedagogical knowledge. And also, June 2005 provide a framework that categorized ICT teacher training into four main categories. So each designed to address different aspects of ICT use and education. So this framework serves as a guide for structuring training programs to enhance teachers' digital literacy and pedagogical skills. So here is the pedagogy integration or the framework provided by Jung 2005. So the core technology involves the fundamental use of ICT to facilitate learning and teaching. It emphasizes ICT to facilitate learning. It emphasizes ICT as a central component of the educational process, which for delivering content or supporting communication between teachers and students. ICT as facilitating or networking technology. So in this aspect, focuses on using ICT tools to support and enhance communication, collaboration, and information sharing among teachers and students. So for example, um, example includes the usage of learning management system or the LMS. This is discussed in our TTL 1, like Google Classroom, Microsoft Team, which facilitate the organization and delivery of lessons, assignments, and feedbacks. So, for instance, a science teacher can use this platform to post lecture videos, shared research articles, and conduct virtual discussion on scientific topics, making learning more interactive and accessible to all. Next, we have the ICT core delivery as ICT as core of delivery technology. So, in this approach, it ICT is used as a main tool for delivering content. For example, um, some example of it includes the use of interactive whiteboards for presenting lesson, virtual labs for conducting science experiments, or educational software like, for example, GeoGebra for teaching mathematical concept. So this method transformed the traditional classroom by integrating digital resources that make complex topics easier to understand. So for example, in mathematics class, let's say mathematics class, or um, where the teacher can use graphing software to demonstrate changes in function behaviors, or helping the student to visualize the grasp of the concept. So second is the learning how to use ICT. So this category emphasizes the training teacher on the practical use of ICT tool. It covered the technical skills required to operate various ICT devices and software, ensuring that teacher can proficiently in using technology to support their teaching. So next is learning via ICT. So here, teacher learn to use ICT tool as part of teaching and learning processes. For instance, for example, a teacher might learn how to use online graphing tools or for example math solving apps. So for the science teacher naman is they could be trained to use simulation software to for virtual experiments. So this training helps teacher become familiar with the tools their students might use, making them more effective and integrating technology into their lessons. So simulation, for example, the simulation for the solar system and the reaction when combining different chemicals. Next is the ICT as part of content or methods. In this approach, ICT is integrated into teaching methods and subject content. So for example, a science teacher might use data visualization software to teach student about statistical analysis and experiment, or which can be used to incorporate coding exercises into lesson to teach computational thinking and as well as the other science concepts. Third, we have the complementary technology in the lower portion. So complementary technology refers to the use of ICT as an additional resources that enhance traditional teaching methods. It does not replace conventional teaching but rather adds value in it. So ICT as a main content. So um, in some training programs, the emphasis is on ICT itself is the main subject. So teacher learn advanced ICT skills such as programming, web designing, or digital media creation, which they can then pass on their students. So this approach, technology-related subjects are equip them with skills to create their own digital teaching materials. So next, next is ICT. Next is the UNESCO ICT Competency Framework for Teachers. So the UNESCO ICT Competency Framework for Teachers in the year 2018 was developed to support educators in a world increasingly reliant on information and communication technology. So this framework aligns with a broader global initiative such as the MDG or the Millennium Development Goal of the UNESCO, as well as the Education for All and the Decade of Education for Sustainable Development. So it aims to provide educational reforms and sustainable development by equipping teachers with the skills needed to leverage ICT in their teaching practices. So, of course, we have the ICT competencies for teachers. So, the framework outlines six key aspects of teachers' work. So, each supported by specific ICT competency. So, first is understanding ICT and education. So, teacher need to grasp how ICT can transform education and contribute to broader societal goal. So, this includes understanding the role of ICT teaching, learning, and administrative tasks. For example, um, a teacher might use data analytic tool to assess student performance, so thereby making a data-driven decision to improve instruction. So second is curriculum and assessment. So this aspect involves integration or integrating ICT into curriculum design and assessment strategies. So teachers are trained to use digital tool for creating lesson plan, delivering content, and assessing student progress. So next is the pedagogy. So the pedagogy or pedagogical integration of ICT focuses on using technology to enhance teaching methods. So teachers learn how to blend traditional and digital instruction strategies to create a more dynamic learning environment. So, for example, a flipped classroom model where a student can learn new content through videos at home and engage in hands-on activity in class, which be used effectively in both science and other subjects such as mathematics. So, fourth, we have the application of digital skills. So, teachers must be proficient in using digital tools and softwares relevant to the subject areas. So, um, yeah, so for example, teachers might need to be skilled or being skilled in using statistical analysis software, while another example is for the science teacher might focus on tools for data collection and visualization. So that's how it works. So fifth, we have the organization and administration. So ICT is used to streamline administrative tasks, so such as record keeping, communication with parents, and managing classroom resources. So teachers can use tools like Google Sheets to track student grades or manage attendance. So of course, it will save time, and the most significant is that it will reduce errors. And for the last, we have the teacher professional learning or teacher professional learning. So it is a continuous professional development which is considered as critical, and ICT provides a platform for ongoing learning. So online courses such as webinar and professional learning networks allow the teacher to stay updated on new teaching strategies, technological tools, and educational trends. So, of course, in the three approaches to teaching based on the human capacity development, we have the knowledge acquisition, knowledge deepening, and knowledge creation. So the framework identify three approaches to teaching that align to the different levels of ICT integration. So first is the knowledge acquisition. So at this level, ICT is used to help students acquire new information. So for example, the teacher might use educational videos, online tutorials, or interactive simulation to introduce new topics in science or in other subjects. Second is knowledge deepening. So this approach uses ICT to help students deepen their understanding by applying what they have learned to real-world problems. For example, students in science class might use data analysis software to study climate change pattern, while other subjects such as mathematics could work on complex problem solving tasks using computer aid design tools, or what we call the CAD. So third, we have the knowledge creation, which is the highest level of ICT integration, encourages students to create new knowledge through project research and innovation. So that is all about for the six approach, and as well as the three approach of teaching based on human capacity development. So next, we have the UNESCO framework aims to equip teacher with skills needed to achieve societal goal. So this goal includes the building a workforce that is skilled in ICT, reflective, creative, and problem solving. So building a workforce that is skilled and the ICT. So the framework aims to prepare teachers who can equip students with essential ICT skills, making them reflective, creative, and proficient problem solvers capable of generating new knowledge. So in today's digital economy, having a workforce that is adept of using ICT in a crucial national development. So by integrating ICT into teaching, educators can foster critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving skills, which can be used especially for students. So these prepare learners not only for traditional jobs but also for emerging roles and technology-driven industry. So as a student develop this skill, they become more adaptable and more resourceful in various professional setting, enhancing their employability and of course enabling them to contribute to knowledge-based economies. Second is enabling informed and resourceful citizen. The framework encourages teachers to empower individuals to become knowledgeable and resourceful, enabling them to make informed decisions, which can be used to effectively manage their lives and realize their potential. So ICT skills equip individuals with ability to access, analyze, and use information effectively. So as a student learn to manage information and make decisions based on evidence, they become better equipped and handle professional and social changes. So with this process, this contributes to their personal development and empowers them to achieve their goals, enhancing overall quality of life. So third is encouraging inclusive participation. So inclusivity. So the framework aims to encourage the participation of all members of society, regardless of gender, language, age, background, location, or abilities in societal activities and decisions that affect their lives. So ICT can bridge gaps in access to information and opportunities, promoting inclusivity and equality. So teacher who integrate ICT in this pedagogy help students from diverse background engage meaningfully with digital tools. So by proving equitable access to technology in teaching, the framework help marginalized group participate fully in our society. So this inclusive approach empowers individual to voice their opinions, engage in activities, and influence decision, ultimately leading to more democratic and just society. So fourth is the fostering cross-cultural understanding and peaceful conflict resolution. So the foster cross-cultural understanding, tolerance, and peaceful resolution, the conflicts through the integration of ICT and education. So ICT can connect individuals from diverse cultural backgrounds, promoting understanding and reducing prejudices. So teacher can use the digital tool to expose students to global perspectives, fostering empathy and respect for different cultures. Yes, so by promoting tolerance and intercultural understanding, the framework helps build peaceful communities. It prepares students to engage constructively in a globalized world where cooperation and mutual respect are crucial. So, the CHED, or the Commission on Higher Education, through its policies, so stands and guidelines, or the PSGs, mandates the integration of ICT in the teaching and learning of mathematics and science. So the ICT competency framework for teachers serves as a valuable tool in meeting their standards, providing a guide to help educators effectively incorporate technology into their classroom. So the framework empowers mathematical and science teacher by redesign their learning environments, combining innovative technologies that modern teaching strategies. So this approach facilitates the creation of interactive, socially dynamic classroom that promotes cooperative interaction, These encourage collaborative learning, group work, and active cooperation and participation among students, enhancing both and teaching process and overall learning experience. So next we have the steps where we can use examples on how to integrate or ICT integrated lesson plan for mathematics and science subject. So there are samples that will be shown in the slides. So this sample learning may help educators as well as future educators to develop their own learning plan integrating ICT to attain learning outcomes. So example in the lesson plan 1. So um, why don't we look act alike? So of course it is mainly the targeted in the targeted Philippine basic education curriculum competencies, where it discuss the science 9 first grading, where it discuss the topic of the heredity, which may discuss also the genetics. So in this lesson plan we have the content standard. So the learner demonstrate understanding of how genetic information is organized in gene and chromosomes and the different patterns of inheritance. So performance standard, learner transferred learning by formulating family pedigree that showcase the genetic characteristic or disease that run in their family to become aware of the risk of possible genetic disease. For the learning competency, describe the location of genes and the chromosomes, explain the different patterns of non-Mendelian inheritance. So in the unit summary, students will demonstrate understanding of the molecular basis of the heredity. So in this lesson plan, class 8 mostly discuss about the genetics and heredity. So of course, it is the 15-day duration. So in each day, it shows the different objectives or the learning outcomes, which used to suggest or to it is recommended for us to integrate ICT in our lesson plan or in our discussion. So also this ensured that even though we use different technology, of course we integrate ICT, we still align or the learning outcomes still align to what student learn at the end of the lesson. So of course in the week 1, so we have 5 days and every week. I mean five class days and every week. So in day 1, through a refreshment activity, the student will be able to recall the major points of Mendel's three law of inheritance, um, appreciate the law formulated by Mendel, and make timeline of Mendel's journey of his experiments. So in this, as what you can observe in the objective or the third objective, so we can integrate ICT in this particular day through of course, for example, if the students are making timeline, they can use Word Microsoft for them to facilitate or to make timeline more, reducing errors, and especially they can done it in a short period of time. So this can be done from day 1 to day 5, then week 2 from day 6 to day 10, and week 3 from day 11 to day 15. So for the continuation of the discussion, Miss Plaza will continue the report.